Well, I think my best memory of Owen is like I have a lot of them, but I remember when I was a kid, because Owen was the first baby that I could remember. Like Owen was the 12th of the family, and I was so excited. I think I was in grade 1 or grade 2, but I remember I was running home. My sisters, I remember like they said they're my 2 older sisters. I was always in competition with my sisters, and they said tastes good. But my sister said they were going to race me home. They were going to race home to be the first ones to see the baby, the new baby. And I remember I didn't even really care. I didn't even know until they said it to me. And then we were walking home, and they were like way ahead of me. And I remember it was like I was acting like I didn't care, and they could go ahead and see the baby first. It was no big deal to me. But I remember I thought about it as I was walking. I was like, nah, I'm going to beat them home. And I remember I suddenly just bolted past both of them and ran all the way home, beat them home. Just before we got to the house, and I ran in. I was the first one to see my brother Owen when he was born, of my brothers and sisters anyway. And so, I kind of followed Owen around for a little while, like the first few weeks. I was always kind of doting around him and stuff. But anyway, it's kind of a strange story. But Owen's belly button fell off. And I remember I scooped up his belly button and put it. I had this Seagram's whiskey bag, like a little purple sack, that I used to stick all my best dinky toys and Cowboys and Indians. My favorite soldier was in there and different things. And I remember it was about a year later, I was sitting on my bed with my mom came in and goes, "What you got in your bag?" and all that. And I was like, I said, "I got all my best stuff, all my secret, like all my best toys and stuff." And I showed her, this is my favorite Viking soldier, and this is my favorite Indian, and this is my favorite cowboy, and here's my favorite tow truck dinky toy, and here's Owen's belly button. And I remember my mom freaked out. I remember she took it and walked to put it in big toilet paper and flushed it down the toilet and said, like she wouldn't let me. I remember I was crying. It's like, please, I ever tell my mom it's going to be worth something one of these days. But anyway, that's one of my favorite memories about Owen.
What was your favorite belt design? The IC, the World Tag, or any other?
Oh, for sure. I think they call it the double eagle wing or whatever. Like the original belt that Hogan had or that I had. I still think that was the best looking belt. For sure. I love that belt, and that piece of crap they got today. That looks like that big square W. Doesn't that look that is the ugliest looking piece of it looks like something out of a Cracker Jacks box or something. It looks really, I don't know where they got that idea. I don't know how anybody thinks it's a good idea or a good design. Those old belts, like that WWE Gold Eagle one that's a beautiful belt, and they should go back to that.